Hey everybody, welcome to Careers People Growth, your channel to learn about real careers, real people, and real growth. And I've got my friend Kristin Larson, the CEO of Southwest Electrical. We're going to learn a little bit about the trades, the electrical world, and being a CEO of a fairly large electrical company in the commercial industrial space. So thank you for being here, Kristin. Happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes,
Excited.
well, the magical question, what do you do for a living?
So I'm the CEO of Southwest Industrial Electric. So I oversee and run the company. We do commercial and industrial electrical contracting, mainly working in manufacturing, distribution, things like that. So I, have managers under me running all the divisions of our company, and I see, the company is working well and that we are continuing to service our customers well. And we're sort of always looking to expand to be able to service more of our customers throughout the United States.
Oh, that is awesome. And sorry if I disconnected for a brief moment there. My computer literally just crashed and turned off on me. So literally just died. I had no idea how. But it's okay. We keep going. We're going to keep rolling with it. I'll clean it all up afterwards. I'm glad you answered the question in full. But so if I could pry a little bit, you didn't magically just show up in the CEO seat. Why don't you share with me a little bit more about your career path of how it all started and ending up where you are today?
Yeah. So, I actually started out in the nonprofit world. I was working on a literacy program and I did all types of functions in that organization. It was everything from fundraising to tutoring to, cleaning, whatever I needed to do to help. And then, I ended up that organization, things weren't panning out there as far as it was sort of shutting down actually. And so I was trying to figure out what to do. And I basically got a job at Southwest Industrial Electric, just helping in the office. And I didn't intend to stay there necessarily. It was sort of a transition point in my life, but I ended up falling in love with the electrical industry. I really loved that we got to help people, do whatever their product is, make things in the manufacturing world, get things out. As far as distribution, we're sort of like one of the sub, building blocks of what people need to succeed. So I got very interested, started learning everything I could, and honestly just kept on sort of moving my way up in positions. And then as I learned everything that already existed in the company, I just started building the company. So we started out when I was there with maybe 6 to 8 employees, and then I just started building it, and I got really into
that. So you're how many employees at the time? And so 6 to 8, and where are you guys at now?
We're about 60. So
I love it. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So I sort of actually
most of those people are in the trades, I would imagine.
Say that one more time.
I said most of those people are in the trades, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's probably 60 to 70% is the people in the field. And then we have our administrative staff that, the backbone helping it all happen.
Tell us a little bit about the work that you guys do as a company.
Yeah, so we are in the industrial and commercial space, and we'll do everything. We have a service call department where we'll do repairs and installations. And then we also do everything from, ground up to tenant improvements. We do a lot of green energy these days, so a lot of electric vehicle charging. So we'll go into facilities where they're putting in an EV fleet, like a packaging company or, whoever's doing that, and we'll put in the EV charger system for them.
Okay. And I'm curious. So you I want to pry a little bit as your career as a CEO. You've definitely done a lot of work growing the company, that's for sure. What would you say is your style as a CEO? What would you say would be the biggest contributor, your methodology, your way of leading, your way of building the business, kind of maybe pry into some business advice, I would imagine, on your end?
Yeah.
You've been tackling, I guess, over how many years now have you been in this position?
About 8.
8 years. So it's a lot of work you've done. You've accomplished a lot in 8 years. So maybe tell me a little bit about that, of what you've really had to take on.
Yeah, so for me, it's all about systems and making it something that people can easily learn and take on and succeed in their own roles. So a lot of it is just how you organize things so that people can step into a position and be able to succeed in doing it. And I had a lot of practice with that because I started out with just trying to replace myself in various positions. Like I'd be like, good, I'm going to take over this area. So I need someone to do what I just was doing. Oh, they need to do scheduling or whatever. And great.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it was on a lot of trial and error and not succeeding for a while with trying to put people in the position, and then, they'd leave. And so I had to sort of figure out, well, how do I teach people well so that they can, win at this position and it's not too hard for them, and I can, I don't set them up for failure in some way. So I feel like I just practiced that over and over again. I've been able to just sort of go, good. It's like just building blocks. And that is the building block, is getting someone to take a position, take it easily and understand it. So I put a lot of work into training programs and, having a lot of policies and procedures on how you do things. And I'm a big fan, as well as like teaching people how to do something and working with them and being somewhat of, it should be a very friendly environment. And if it's not working, like the person can't succeed, then that's that, and not really getting into, I'm definitely not like a gruff CEO or someone that's going to slam down on people. It's more about, what do they not understand? How do we teach them to succeed?
You've engineered it, that's for sure. So
yes, exactly.
Did you read any specific books that kind of got you channeled in that direction, or just
honestly,
came natural to you?
It did come a bit natural to me, but it also, I think over the years, I listened to so many podcasts. I mean, I'm a big fan of podcasts, like we're doing today. So I, definitely just would consistently listen to different business podcasts and what other people have done to succeed in building a company and what their pitfalls were. And I feel like that helped me a lot to know what to do.
So tell me more about Southwest for anyone who's watching, the types of career opportunities you've created or are creating and have in the company, along with the culture that you're building there, the types of people you really want to attract to come work with you.
Yeah. So obviously we have electricians. So that is, that's what we're doing. That's our bread and butter, is getting competent electricians to do the work for our customers. And, that's a constantly evolving area. Just depending on the workflow, we'll have ebbs and flows of when we're hiring. And we're looking for everyone from journeymen to electrical trainees. And ideally they do, the classes, you can go to a college or a trade school to be able to get the basic skills. But then we also have an internal training program we do, no matter how trained you are, because we really focus on the practical and how to ensure they can really do the work. Because a lot of times it's just a lot of theory and they might not totally get everything. So we'll help them with that. And then, the administrative side, we definitely, as you mentioned before, we do hire estimators,
project coordinators, project managers, and accounts payable teams, accounts receivable, the controller side of things. A little bit of everything.
You have all the, so it's constantly changing. We were just hiring someone for our office coordinator. We filled that role. So, it's always sort of just like, who's the next person that we need to fill to support the team.
So I want to talk about the trades for a moment, and obviously, being in LA where you're from, you guys were all over the news earlier this year with all the fires.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a huge, from being very far away from it, it's been a theory, but I imagine it's pretty accurate. Everything being burnt down has to get rebuilt. So is there a spike in demand for people and opportunity to rebuild everything from the trade side? You got to clean up, then you got to start building. And I would imagine every person, every company in any portion of the trades is extremely busy right now.
Yeah. So what's funny though, is at least for me and for what I've observed, I think it's a very slow go right now. I have some yes, like I don't know how much you kept up with what is happening in those areas, but I think everything takes a really long time, which is unfortunate to get handled. So I don't think there's any building happening. I've had some, we have a company we know that does structural work, and I know they've definitely been out helping some people that maybe didn't fully burn down, where they could just get in there and help out. But as far as, anything happening, it takes a while, because even it's going to be engineering and then getting through the city, and all that unfortunately takes a good amount of time out here.
I know you need, in California especially, need like 30 permits to start doing anything. And then even just one step before that, from what we've heard in the news over here, is you got to settle with the insurance company in the beginning, in the first place. So I imagine there's a huge backlog with insurance claims, followed by then, okay, well, you can't even do anything until you get certain permits. So
so I'm sure it will be felt at some point.
I imagine at some point there's going to be that rise of, okay, we got to clean up this mess. We got to start rebuilding. And that's
I'm sure it will. Yes. It's not there yet. It's going to probably be a bit longer before you see that, but I agree. It will happen.
My final question to you, I always like ending off, is what would be one career advice that you would offer anybody?
I would say be super proactive and learning everything you can about what you do and getting very good at it. And then looking out for more things you can do to help. I know so many people that have succeeded in their career and have built their career off of just doing that. Because honestly, as someone who is, a manager and has run a lot of people throughout my career, it's not, you don't find it as much as you hope you'll find it, where you have people that are super eager to get everything on that list done and done well, and then be like, what else can I do for you? And when you find those people, it's like a diamond in the rough. So I would say if you can do that, that's how any company is going to want to utilize you as much as they can, and you'll just naturally.
You bring up a very, very good point. Majority of people, they just do their job, but only a few, they see problems on their own and say, hey, I want to do more. I want to do more, and be the first to put their hands up. So you definitely could say, great piece of advice. And I appreciate you sharing that. Well, hey, thank you so much for being here, guys. If you like content like this and stories like Kristine's, please follow and like and share this channel. Thank you very much for being here. See you guys later.
Hey, thanks for watching our content. Listen, if you're running a business and you're struggling to find staff, I want to introduce myself. My name is Christian Saab. I own CPG Recruitment, and I help companies across North America find the people that they need to find. Listen, a great business cannot be built unless you've got great people. You and I both understand that having the right people on your team is so important, and that's where I could come in and help you. So listen, I want you to shoot me a text message. Here's my direct cell phone. Have my number. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear your story and get to know what you're trying to accomplish, and that way maybe I can help you fix this problem.